Guys, I got exclusive breakdown. My girlfriend watched the United States England game with me.
Okay.
All 90 minutes, she was dialed in. Her high end analysis is that the guy in orange, who was Matt Turner, our goalkeeper, she said that he throws the ball really aggressively, and she thought that he tried harder than the rest of the team.
That's high level analysis.
That's
Throws
it.
do matter too, by the way.
This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the World Cup right now from a bunch of folks who support different countries right now.
Different countries.
Because
Different countries.
My name's James. I support the U.S. That guy's Brad. He supports the U.S. Down beneath me tonight, that's Sean. He supports the U.S. And look who we've got here today. We've got Joel, the man himself, sporting the Three Lions kit. Obviously, Joel supports England.
Coming home. It's coming home.
That's the claim. That's the claim. You guys could have made it a little bit easier on yourselves if you got a result in your last match, which we will get into here momentarily. But if you are new here, if this is the first time you've stumbled upon this podcast, if you could hit us with a subscribe, ring the sub notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you are on one of the podcast sites, please hit us with a follow. Leave a 5-star review if that is available to you on your preferred podcasting site. And hit us up in the YouTube comments. Let us know what you've been enjoying in the World Cup. Leave us a comment. Tell us how great the USA is and how only okay England is. Whatever your opinion is on that, on the Great Atlantic debate. We would love to hear from you. But do all those things, anything that a podcaster or a YouTuber would normally do, do all of those things that I'm sure I'm leaving stuff out, right? Okay, so kind of some high-level context for where we're at right now. We are in obviously about 2 weeks into the World Cup or so, roughly. All the teams at this point have played 2 matches in their groups. A couple teams have been eliminated. We'll get into which teams those are, that they have no hopes at progressing, and a lot of teams. There's a lot to play for in the third rounds. Most of these groups are alive, very much alive, with both spots up for grab. There's very few groups where only one team can advance at this point.
Some of them might be spicy.
They might be spicy. So maybe we'll get
might find out a little bit about how spicy a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that. So instead of, as normal, I like to get on here and I like to rattle off a list of results for you guys. I'm not going to do that tonight because the last time there was
a lot.
Yeah, the last time we recorded a podcast to now, there were probably like 20 or 24 games played. That was a lot. So I'm not going to. It wouldn't be useful for you. It would be very tiring for me. I would drink all of my water in one go, and it would just be a disaster.
Have to refill it and have to go to the bathroom. It's a mess.
Yeah, it would be an endeavor. So if you are specifically curious about a result, just pause the video now, go to Google, type in FIFA World Cup, check the results, and then come back because I'm about to show the groups. Now, we do have here the standings. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay, boom. There we go. All right, so have here the groups for all of the games that have been played. If you're on YouTube, you can check that out. We got that on the screen for you now. But in Group A, the Netherlands and Ecuador are both tied on 4 points. Senegal is on 3 points. Qatar was the first team eliminated from the 2022 Qatar World Cup. So unsurprising in my opinion, but unfortunate that we will not have the host country in the knockout stage. Probably for the best if we're talking from a purely footballing perspective. Group B, obviously the group we care the most about. England, Iran, USA, Wales. They are currently in that order. England's on 4 points, Iran are on 3 points, the USA are on 2 points, and Wales on 1 point. All teams are alive. All teams could potentially not move on as well. Group C, we've got Poland, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and Mexico in that order. Also 4-3, 3-1 on those points breakdown. Group D, France has already progressed, so congratulations to the French. Vying for the last position in that group is either going to be Australia, Denmark, or Tunisia. Technically, France could drop to the second position if Australia beat Denmark. I think they have to play Denmark still. If Australia beat Denmark by a lot of goals and France lose, seems unlikely, but it's possible. Group E, this is an interesting one. This is maybe the hardest group. I'm not sure, but it's the group of Spain, Japan, Costa Rica, and Germany. Right now, Spain are currently in first on 4 points. Japan, Croatia tied on 3 points, and Germany in fourth on 1 point. Germany in danger of not progressing. Who had that on their bingo card coming into Group E? Group F is Croatia, Morocco, Belgium, Canada. 4 points for Croatia, 4 points for Morocco, 3 points for Belgium, and the second team already eliminated from the 2022 Qatar World Cup is our snow homies to the north, Canada. Alphonso Davies and the boys are eliminated, so pour one out for Canada. Group G, Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia. Brazil are progressed. They are on 6 points. Switzerland are on 3 points. Cameroon and Serbia are both on 1 point each. And then rounding out Group H. In first position, we have the already progressed Portugal on 6 points. Ghana are on 3 points. Korea and Uruguay are on 1 point each. So in those last two groups, the last 3 teams in each group, respectively, are fighting out for the final positions. So with that said, Sean, which of these groups do you think is the spiciest?
Well, if you're gonna give me the
I'm giving you the.
if you're gonna give me the floor, if you guys have ever seen if you're familiar with the Garfield cartoon,
Yes.
when he makes a plate of lasagna and then he cuts out the piece of lasagna and then puts it on a plate and then sets the plate there for John and then takes the rest of the pan. If you're just going to give me the floor, I'm going to take the cake. Easily the spiciest group is E.
Group E.
You got Spain, Japan, Costa Rica, Germany. Costa Rica with that win set up the spiciest, brought to you by Sriracha, the spiciest group of the World Cup. Because all four have a chance to either win the group, highly unlikely with the goal differential, but it's possible. All 4 have a chance to win, finish second, finish third, or finish fourth.
I was really hoping that Germany would beat Spain.
I guess it's not possible for Spain to finish fourth, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah, true. I was really hoping for Spain to beat Germany, so all 4 teams would be on 3 points.
You mean Germany to beat Spain?
What did I say?
Germany would beat Spain.
Yeah, Germany to beat Spain.
Yes, that would have been awesome.
All of the spice.
So much spice.
Joel, do you agree with Sean? Do you think that there's a more interesting group right now?
I don't agree. I do think it's spicy, but I think it's more predictable than another group because I think it's Germany are fully expecting to beat Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
On paper, they were expecting to beat Japan as well. Let's be fair.
Yep.
So I can only really see, and I can only see Spain beating Japan. So I still see Spain and Germany going through. But I think Group C, with Poland, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and Mexico, is a little bit more interesting because Poland play Argentina. They're both fighting to win the group, right? Argentina desperately want to win that group, or they're getting France in the next stage, and they don't want France.
No.
Because that happened in 2018, and that didn't go well. And Mexico are fighting for their lives against Saudi Arabia. They should win. So they need results to go in their favor. They want Poland to win, obviously. But Mexico are fighting for their lives. Saudi Arabia, who'd have thought? They're fighting to get to the next stage. Yeah. Who'd have thought? Argentina desperately want to win the group. And Poland are in the best position. So
that group is exciting.
That's my pick.
I think that group is definitely exciting because I think if you had flipped Poland and Argentina and you said Argentina were already on 4 points and Poland were on 3 points, it gets a lot less interesting. But for the fact that Argentina, yeah, I think that makes it.
And shout out to Lewandowski for getting his first World Cup goal at the ripe old age of 44.
He just turned 45, Sean. Put some respect on it.
Sorry.
And
I see Argentina winning that group still. I think I can see them beating Poland. But still, it's a lot going on there.
I'm here for the timeline where Wojciech Szczesny has the game of his life, and Poland beat Argentina, and Mexico beat Saudi Arabia, and Argentina.
Oh, I'm here.
I'm here for that.
I am rooting for any type of situation that gives me more Guillermo Ochoa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So I just want more of him. That man just. I think I'm almost certain he's in Liga MX. I believe he plays for Tigres.
Sounds right.
Or Cruz Azul. I need to look it up of which team he plays for. Okay, yeah. Yes, correctly pointed out, I am just naming Liga MX teams because I have no idea. He does play in Liga MX. I'm almost certain of it.
I think that's correct.
But he just comes every 4 years, and he just stops a penalty by Lewandowski, and you're just like, where does this man come from? It's like Michael Bublé every the end of November every year,
every Christmas. Michael Bublé. You guys are both wrong.
This comes up. Whoa!
Go on. What we got?
It's Group B. Come on.
Oh, God! Right.
Group B.
Oh,
low hanging fruit.
I was expecting you to go for a Group F. Because that's a well-balanced group.
All right, why would you say group? Oh, we already talked about. No, why would you say Group F, Brad? Because your boy Eden Hazard lost today.
Yeah, in a shocking 2-0 upset. Ziyech, when Ziyech wants to play, Ziyech can still play. He's Morocco's most important player, and he might get them through to the next round.
That would be quite something.
I think it's Morocco-Canada. Because it's Morocco-Canada in the last game. Canada don't care anymore. They're out.
No, they want some pride.
Here's what I was going to say to add to your spice. The spiciest part about this group is that Canada probably have looked the best out of just about anybody in the tournament. They just haven't won. They've looked amazing.
They can't put the ball in the back of the net. Like
now
bad. They can't put the ball in the back of the net, but they absolutely dominated Belgium for the first half.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominated them. It was incredible. Just can't get the ball in the back of the net. So
Belgium played yesterday, by the way.
Oh, yeah, and that was a great goal. A great cross. Great finish by Davies. But that's the spiciest part, is that the team that has nothing to play for could be the best playing team in that entire group.
I reject the idea that either Canada or Qatar have nothing left to play for. They're playing for respect at this point. Canada is going to the next World Cup. Canada's already qualified for the next World Cup. So like they're using this as experience.
How do you already qualify for the next World Cup? That hasn't started. That starts in
to be fair, USA's already qualified as well. So
you host it.
Oh.
No, they made Qatar go through this whole qualifying process. Put them at the top of Group A.
I forget. I didn't realize are we giving 3 free?
Well, it's going to be 46 teams for the next World Cup as well.
Massive.
So. I don't think they're going right to 46, are they?
I thought so.
Yeah, we'll check on that. I don't know.
Either way, it's increasing.
It's expanding. Yeah.
All right, I'm getting
through.
I'm getting on my porch. Get off my lawn. What are we just gonna have Andorra and San Martino in the World Cup too now? Like, what are we doing?
Pretty much.
Well, maybe we'll finally get Italy again.
Why don't we just get Vatican City a team? And let's just have the Pope kick it about. Like, what are we doing here? 46 teams.
I mean, they need more.
What's this?
Budweiser needs to be able to sell more beer to more people. So,
well, that's a controversial subject because they're not allowed to sell anything where they are right now. So,
well, they'll be able to sell in America. Okay, you guys are wrong. It's Group B. It's obviously Group B for the homerism.
Group B is so cut and dry, though. For the homerism, sure, but it's so cut and dry.
Brad,
we win, we're in. That's it.
And we're in.
Okay, but literally,
England win, they're in. Just win your game.
Literally, that's true in all the other groups. It's like when you say
England gives
it's
all
cut and
non-loss
dry.
results. It is.
Okay, but it's
No,
also cut and dry.
Germany
for
need win
Argentina.
and. Germany need win and.
Okay, but so do Wales. Wales need win and.
Wales need win and a lot.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Germany just needs 2 goals. Like their and isn't huge.
But saying that it's cut and dry, I think is unfair. Group B is a very, very difficult group. There are high quality teams. I think I don't know where Wales are ranked in the world. I don't know what their world ranking is, but I think
Top 20,
19.
19.
Top 20.
it's all top 20 teams. Everybody's in the top 20. There's no
16.
there's no outlier, random ranked 50 team in this group. So like everybody in this group has the ability to play. And obviously I support the US, and I thought that we've played 3 very excellent halves of football in our 2 games so far. But it's not like Iran have played poorly either. Like that Iran USA game is going to be contentious. It's going to be very beyond all of the external geopolitical things that are going on right now between those 2 teams and these two countries. They're probably pretty well matched. I think USA is probably better than Iran, but Iran's no slouch. And then Wales, what would Wales love more than to get one over England? Even if they don't progress, that would make their day. They'd be so happy. The Welsh fans and the English fans are already brawling somewhere. I forget.
You see it.
Yeah.
In Tenerife. Yeah.
So that there's a lot of spice there that you guys are discounting.
There is
because you hate America.
I think for me, the reason I'm not saying it's the most exciting. It is exciting because, believe me, England want to put one over on Wales as well.
Yeah.
Because they mocked us when we got knocked out of the Euros in 2016 by Iceland. But England are the only way England don't qualify is if Wales win by 4 goals, which is not going to happen. Wales aren't going to win by. So we're through. I know we're not mathematically, but England are qualified unless Wales somehow win by 4 goals. So I'm kind of relaxed. I want to win the group, so that's why England want to make sure they win.
Yeah.
But I think England can't assume they're going to beat Wales. But we should beat Wales.
I mean, what happens when there's a 12th minute Jordan Pickford red card? I mean, crazier things have happened. So, I mean, I may or may not have said that. I may or may not have said that to use that as a segue into talking about Group B.
Well, how great is the World Cup that we picked 4 different groups, and none of us are wrong, and they are all 4 particularly spicy.
Yeah. I think we've been treated to a particularly good World Cup thus far.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Again, notwithstanding all the other external factors.
Maybe that's just because we're sober, because we're not allowed to drink.
Possibly. So let's kind of set this up obviously we need to talk about the England USA game. I mean, elephant in the room. We've got all of us are here. Joel is probably here for a reason.
Joel's not that big.
So, Joel, what were you? How do you
name calling already?
How do you read that England USA game? What's your takeaway?
England were very bad. England did not play well. I don't think the right players played. I'm not the manager. I trust Southgate. I know you guys don't like him, but England didn't play the right players. I think Foden should have come on. He's the most talented player. England was shocking, deserved to lose. US played better, but couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. England, it was a bad game. I think US played one of their better games. England played a really bad one. It's weird though, right? Because after the game, England fans are all deflated and what was that? What's going on? And after the US fans are we got a point against England. That's great. But the standings in the group, reflecting on it, England are doing just fine. We're good.
Yeah.
If you step back, we're fine. I'm not concerned. And I look back to the Euros when we got to the final. Our second game in the group was against Scotland. England played awful. They tied 0-0 at Wembley against Scotland. everyone after that was down and drab. Like, oh, we've got no chance. Southgate out. And we got to the final. I'm not saying we're getting to the final. I'm just saying it's not all doom and gloom for us. It was a bad game. It was a bad game, but I'm not concerned.
I very much agree with your thought process that Southgate didn't necessarily pick the right team. I was saying last week that I thought Southgate should try and exploit our left side, the right side of our defense.
That's the closest.
Me and James both thought that we were scared that Foden would start on the left.
Yeah,
we were scared.
Yeah, that's the closest you've ever gotten, Joel, to like saying that Southgate was wrong and that Southgate shouldn't be there. That's the closest you've ever gotten to saying that.
I've never said he shouldn't be there.
You said you picked the wrong players. Oh, I know, but I'm saying that's the closest you've gotten because we've all said. I think all of us have said that like Southgate is not the manager for this English squad.
How can I say he's not the right manager when he's got us to the Euro final, the World Cup semi, best manager in 50 years since '66? Like, how can you say he's not the right guy? Because he made a couple bad decisions. Like he should have brought. We say he should have brought Foden on. It probably would have made a difference. We don't know because it didn't happen, right? England just didn't. They against Iran, they were really wide, right? Saka got involved, Sterling got involved, Kane dropped a lot. Like, not that he didn't against the US, but who's your centre midfielder? Your captain, Adams.
Tyler Adams.
He was brilliant. He's like brilliant. He shut England down. I thought before the game, our midfield of Bellingham, Rice would have just been too much, too quick, too strong, and then out wide, Saka, Sterling, too fast, Kane, too strong. Like, but US played really well and England played really bad, and I don't think England deserved to get a point. I thought the US deserved to win. But it's not like the US had loads of really close. They hit the bar, yeah, but it's not like they dominated all game. It was just a poor performance, and I'm not worried about it. You go through those patches in a World Cup, so
yeah.
I thought kind of a little contrary to that. I thought 0-0 was unjust to both sides. I thought there were fine chances for England. I thought there were many chances for US. I thought that game could have ended 3-2 United States, and I wouldn't have batted an eye of it being a different game. It felt very free flowing back and forth. It didn't feel very 2010 Spain. It was not one team just controlling the ball. It was very, very contested, felt back and forth to an extent. And it was a enjoyable game to watch to me, obviously, because I'm an American.
yeah.
But I did also, to your point, I said out loud to somebody beside me at the local pub that if Tyler Adams continues playing the way he's played before for Fulham, the Leeds, sorry, and the way he's playing right now, and if he continues playing this way in the spring, he will not be at Leeds next year.
No,
that is a very desirable position for a player that commands that. I think I even texted the group and said this is a Conte-esque type, not Antonio. I'm talking about the way he was commanding that midfield is very much like the Chelsea Conte.
Yeah.
So, especially because he's undersized too.
He was very good. He's probably the reason that England weren't better, to be honest. But I think the US's problem is they had one shot on target that whole game. I think they had more shots than England, but England had more shots on target. And that's the problem. There's no one to finish it off for you guys.
Yeah, we don't have like
there was a lot of blocking.
Yes,
a lot of blocks.
This was going to be the point I was going to bring up. But the best player for England against US was Harry Maguire.
Maguire
was
Maguire.
Yeah, like we had a disproportionate number of corners in the second half, and Maguire is just in there cleaning it up. Like it was
Maguire. I'm telling you, for England, he just plays so. He's a different guy for England, and he plays really well.
I mean, that's what made me upset. Like Harry Maguire in an England kit. I think it was probably the Euro 16 was why I was upset that he went to United as an Arsenal fan. I'm out here looking at Arsenal center backs, and I'm like, why can't we sign Harry Maguire? It wasn't that expensive. Now, granted, like club form since his move to United has made me reevaluate that opinion. But I don't understand. He's been so good. Yeah.
And I think I said to you guys before that maybe it was just Brad, but I was texting like Maguire is really good for England. Like he and Stones my two. You can say other players are better for club. I agree. For England, he's starting for me. He's just reliable. He's good.
All my critiques of Southgate, I thought about when I was talking about Tomori to be on the squad. I was not taking off Maguire because yes, Maguire is abysmal, but when he puts on the England kit, he is different. You could argue that,
really
but
good.
why is Eric Dyer on the team and Tomori is not?
Yeah.
But like it's Eric Dyer I'm going at, not Harry Maguire. Although there's plenty to argue about for Maguire in a United shirt and recent form, if that's what Southgate's going to blame. I don't forget who he left off over recent form. Oh, it was the striker from Roma.
Yeah.
Roma. Tammy
Abraham and
Tammy.
Yeah.
and then
it was recent form.
Ivan Toney as well, but
well, that's a different story.
Yeah. Ivan Toney had a different issue, I think.
Yeah,
that came out right after the squad was announced, just after.
Yeah,
but it was recent form for Abraham, and when you say recent form, and then you have Harry Maguire on the team, I just question if you're actually lying to my face or not.
Yeah,
I think Maguire's not there on recent form. He's there because Southgate trusts him.
Yeah,
he's there because when he puts on the England kit, he's John Terry.
The last two tournaments, the Euros and the World Cup in 2018, he's just brilliant. He even scored. He got goals in 2018 as well.
He did.
Like,
so how do we see this group B wrapping up? So you guys are going to get this podcast Tuesday morning. So if you're watching it before all of the group B stuff kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern, because we're all East Coast in America. How do we think this finishes? Obviously, Joel, you think England are pretty safe. Will we all concede that we think England are going to go through?
Yes.
Yes.
As the number one.
Yes, I will take it a step further, and I think England are going to win the group.
Yes.
I think we'll beat Wales tomorrow.
Yes.
And I think we'll win the group. Yeah.
So then, who do we think is winning the Iran-USA game?
USA.
Yeah, we're not reliable because we're all saying the USA. But Joel, do you think Iran posed problems to the USA? Do you think USA posed problems to Iran? How do you see this?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really high tension, stressful game. I think there's going to be a lot of panic. I think I can see the US winning. I can see Iran winning. I can't call it.
Yeah. Do you
I
think,
really can't.
I agree with you in the sense that it's going to be like a high panic, high stress. Who do you think that benefits more? Do you think it benefits the team who's already secured the points in Iran, or the team that needs to fight to get the point in the USA? Because the USA have to beat Iran. We cannot draw Iran and progress. So,
I think it benefits Iran. I think because they've got a win under their belt. US still hasn't got a win, and they've got one goal in the whole tournament, and they're gonna need they need to win, right? Anything but a win, they're out. And I think they'll come out all guns blazing. I think they'll play really well, but I think Iran are just going to be really stubborn defensively, and I can see a tie. I can see US nicking it. I can see Iran winning on a counter attack.
Yeah.
Like, I can't call it. Honestly, I can't call it.
Because that's the thing. Like if
that's Taremi. Taremi. He plays for Porto, I believe, as their striker, and is really good. So a counter attack from Iran is not a bad call, because if they're packed down and we're just banging on the door, and Taremi gets out on the break, he's going to finish it. He's a Champions League striker. It's not just anybody out there.
I mean, being a Champions League striker doesn't necessarily mean you're going to produce the goods, because there was a Champions League striker playing today for Brazil who had some interesting situations that he did not convert. I don't know if he doesn't play for my team, but he's the
Would
Brazilian.
his name start with R and end with Charleston?
It's pretty close to that. I think it's a bit more Portuguese sounding. But no, yeah, I think if we get 25, I think the U.S. are going to dominate like the first 20 minutes of the game. And if the U.S. can't convert, can't score, then I think that the first half is really going to just bog down. If Iran can get to halftime 0-0, I think that that's when like the pressure and the panic really, really starts to set in. To me, this is going to feel very much like a Champions League, like a knockout second leg, second half of a Champions League knockout match, and you need a result, and it's just frenetic. And I don't know. I hope the U.S. can score some goals, but I don't know. I agree with you. I think it's hard to say.
I know it's kind of like. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just going to reiterate again. I can't call it. Iran are really quite good. England played just really well against Iran, and we exploited them. Southgate let the players run free, and we smashed them. They're not a pushover team though at all.
Yeah. So
I just thought it was interesting, and I don't think it was a Pep Guardiola complimenting Nottingham Forest before they beat them 6-0 type situation, but the manager for Iran, Queiroz,
Carlos Queiroz.
Queiroz, he said that United States probably has put together the two best games as a team out of the group, and it's going to be a really difficult game for them, and they need to be ready for that. I took that as a compliment, and did not take it with a grain of salt, because I thought we had played the most complete football for 180 minutes out of the group. And even Joel may admit that, because he didn't feel like they played well against the United States, and Wales has had their letdowns, and Iran has had their letdowns against England. The United States has probably played the most complete 180 minutes out of the group.
Yeah, I'd say except for that second half against Wales.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
it was not very good.
That was a pretty bad second half. They let Wales just batter them for that second half.
Do whatever they want.
Sometimes Ben Davies gets what he wants. You know what I mean?
All right, so that's kind of where we're at right now. A little context for everybody as we go into this week. Normally, you would get 2 episodes of Red Card Radio back to back on like a Tuesday, Wednesday situation. We're going to kind of alter that this week a little bit. So we've got this episode. You're going to get this Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning if you're watching it on Wednesday, whenever you're watching it. But the next, it's going to release on Tuesday. We're going to do a recording later in the week once all of the group stage games have been completed, and we'll have a full breakdown of the round of 16 at that point. It would feel weird too, because we tend to record our episodes in the same setting. It would be a little strange to try and record like a recap of the group stage at this point, because there's still games to be played. So check back maybe Saturday. Saturday is when the group stage kicks off. When the round of 16 kicks off on Saturday. So definitely check back. We will have an episode premiering Saturday morning, hopefully. All things considered, that's our goal as of right now. But things happen.
We do have some trivia though.
Oh, I was about to take us out. So yes, trivia.
I know we do have some trivia here. All right. Joel is our guest. Here. So both managers, I'm going to give you guys one freebie. Both managers.
If one of them has 22 teams, I'm out of here.
They don't. They actually both have 13, and they both manage Newcastle.
Do I need a pen here?
No, you may need a pen. You may need a pen.
I have found that writing things down is helpful.
You can use a pen if you would like, Joel. If you need a couple minutes.
Yeah, let me run get a pen. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, since they're both walking away, just whisper me the answer real quick.
Yeah, totally. I will. But he left his headset. Sean left his headset on.
Oh, so you're saying they can still hear us when we're talking?
They can totally still hear what we're talking about. How about
so
this is gonna be. This is gonna be fun. I'm on like the second one here. I'm really interested to see how many Joel can get.
All right.
Oof.
I'm excited to see this.
Okay, so you said 13 each.
13 each.
So 2 managers, 13 teams they've managed each.
They both managed 13 teams. Yep.
And you said one of them's managed Newcastle.
Both of them.
Both of them have managed Newcastle.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Yep. So you have one freebie in this. So we'll take the bets as soon as Sean's back.
Oh, so I can write Newcastle at the top of my list for both.
You can. You can. So the first bet is 1.
Well, you're going to tell us the manager first, and then we say the bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm waiting for Sean to come back.
I have
all right.
I have a thought at who I think one of the managers is.
Well, one of them is Big Sam, so let's start.
I think one of them is Rafa Benitez.
Rafa Benitez is the first one, so let's go there first. All right.
You
So
go
Rafa
first.
Benitez has managed 13 clubs and countries.
Oh gosh.
13 clubs and countries, or 13 clubs. I'll be fair. Sean, how many can you do?
5.
5. That's good.
Yeah.
James, what you got?
I don't know if I can do more than 5.
I mean, including Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think I can beat 5.
I'm sure Joel's smashing 5.
Oh, I could. I mean, I can be 5. I'll just say 6 then to keep it easy. I know I can do more. I can do more than 6 though.
I don't like his one. Brad likes to one up until somebody taps out. If you can name more than, in my mind, name what you think you can get.
Yeah, go all out. Let's see how many you can get.
It's 13 total.
Yeah.
I can do 9.
9. Wow. All right. Well, I know I can get 5. So you want me to start because it's less than him? Well, James, you haven't said.
All I have is Newcastle, Liverpool, Everton, and I think Napoli. Is Napoli in?
Are we writing these down first, or are we saying them out loud?
You're gonna say them out loud.
I wrote mine down.
I'm going to write mine down because I need to work on this real quick. So you guys go ahead.
All right, so who do you have, Sean?
Well, those are 4 of the ones.
Yeah.
I think you forgot.
Wait, say one more time.
I had
Newcastle, Everton, Liverpool.
Oh, I forgot
Napoli.
I forgot Chelsea. Chelsea's on that list.
Oh, I didn't even get that
Chelsea. Did he manage Inter?
Real Madrid.
Oh, was he a Madrid manager for a little bit?
Oh.
Okay. Why do you say it like that, Brad?
That's wrong.
All right, Joel. Joel, who do you have?
I'm gonna leave it up to the judges if we're gonna count that one. I'll explain in a second when Joel is ready.
I have 9.
All right, let's hear.
All right, let's go.
Joel, hit us.
So obviously Newcastle's the freebie. I'm going to try and go in chronological order as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I love Rafa. I'm starting at Valencia.
Yep.
And then we got Liverpool.
Yep.
Scrap the chronological order. Newcastle, Valencia, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Napoli, Chelsea. I've got Inter Milan. I'm pretty sure he managed Inter Milan.
I think you're right.
He did.
For how short of a time it may be, but he managed Inter Milan. And then my 9th, I've got 8 right now, right?
Yep.
So my 9th is a team in China, and I can't remember the team's name. It's either no, it's like
I'll give that to you.
It begins with a D. I cannot remember the name. Okay, there we go. He went to China right after Newcastle because he took Rondon with him.
Did you say Everton though?
Yeah, I said Everton.
Okay.
So he did manage Real Madrid, but he also started at Real Madrid as the U17 and an assistant coach and managed their second team.
That doesn't count.
Real Castilla. But he did manage Real Madrid too at the end.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Wow, Joel.
Who do we leave out?
Valladolid.
Okay.
Valladolid.
Osasuna and Extremadura.
And
and Tenerife.
I wouldn't have got them.
Okay.
No,
Right.
I don't think anybody would have got them. They're Liga Dos. La Liga.
All right, so how about
2.
how about Big Sam?
Who's the
Yeah,
second manager?
we're moving on to Big Sam. This is the one.
Is
I
it
wanna
Big
see.
Sam? Is it Big
Big
Sam?
Sam. It is
Oh
Big
my
Sam.
gosh! All right.
2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just double counting real quick. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 clubs and countries.
Did he go abroad?
I don't think Brad can answer that question. I'm
I
gonna,
hate Sam.
I'm
I
gonna,
hate Sam Allardyce.
I'm gonna bid 2 to start with.
I think I'm only at 2.
2?
I don't think this should be that hard. Right?
I might be at 3 now. Oh, I'm at 4.
The bid's just creeping up.
Do I have to think of this?
I'm taking 4.
All right. We got James with 4.
I'm still at 2. I got to keep thinking.
If you're wondering if your audio player just froze on you, it has
Yeah, we're all
not.
thinking.
We're thinking.
No.
The wheels are spinning.
We're all
right now.
thinking. And by we, I mean I'm an idiot.
This is making for great podcast listening. But if you go to our YouTube channel, it's actually really fun because you can see them all freaking out.
Oh,
Well, I'm just
All right,
like
I'm
looking at this, making sure I know what teams they're gonna say.
freaking
I'm
out.
going 5. I'm going 5.
5.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm just gonna name low-level Premier League teams / high-level championship teams, and just hope I get to 5.
I have 7, and then there's an 8th I'm not sure of.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right,
So
so-
we have 4, 5, 7. To answer your question, Joel, now that bids are locked in, he did jump across the pond as a player, but not as a manager. He did play for
That's
the
fine.
Tampa Bay Rowdies. Scored 1 goal.
Okay. All right. So
All right. So James,
I have
let's get your 4.
Newcastle,
Yeah.
England. He was the England manager for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
I don't even know if he managed a game for them or not. But
I don't think so.
Sunderland. Did he manage
Yep.
Sunderland? And then I have West Brom. That's my 4th.
All right.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's 4 of mine.
Yep.
Middlesbrough.
Nope.
I mean F. Sorry.
Oh man, now we have to put the explicit tag.
I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
did so good too.
This guy. There goes all the ad revenue
Yeah, that we didn't have.
that we don't
Yeah.
get.
All right.
See the 7.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Sunderland was
Okay,
my first
you
guess.
actually, the 8th I was unsure of was West
Was
Brom. So I appreciate you doing that one. So I got.
Oh, we
let's just
knew
get
Westbrook.
Newcastle, England, West Brom, Sunderland. Then I've got Bolton, West Ham.
Mm.
Oh, he said no to Sunderland.
They said
I
yes.
said yes to Sunderland.
No, he managed Sunderland.
Oh.
So Newcastle, England, West Brom, Sunderland, Bolton,
Yep.
West Ham.
Yep.
He did Everton for a little bit,
Yep.
and then Crystal Palace.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I've got.
What are we missing, Brad?
All right. So he started as a player manager at Limerick, then became the caretaker manager at Preston North End, then to Blackpool, then Notts County, Bolton Wanderers. Bolton Wanderers, Newcastle United, Blackburn Rovers,
Yeah.
West Ham, Sunderland, England, Crystal Palace, Everton, West Bromwich.
Albion.
Blackburn, I missed. I knew he went to Blackburn.
Yeah, when you said
All right.
Bolton, I got mad at myself. That was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
Bolton.
when
I
was-
do remember Bolton.
when was he the manager of Bolton? It was like the late 2000s.
Yeah, it's like
1999 to 2007.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna
2007.
say, I remember him
Yeah,
in
that's
2005.
that's where I first became acquainted with Big Sam.
I was thinking,
Bolton.
I was thinking
I-
0607. Yeah.
Yeah, when you said Bolton, I was like, oh, Sean.
Yeah. All right. Those were good, Brad. Those were good. And-
I've been holding on to those. I've been waiting for a Joel episode, especially Sam, because it's all like not necessarily major
northern
clubs.
northern teams. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Blackburn, Sunderland, Newcastle,
Like Sunderland, you should probably
Everton.
get if you're doing this pod. But like as Americans, I don't think we know Preston North End besides Sean's stats. Notts County, probably not.
Yeah. Let's get it.
We've been keeping up. We've been keeping up with Preston North End
We're
around
gonna
here.
have, before the Premier League kicks back off, as the World Cup's winding down, we're definitely going to have to do a championship look-in. So save that for.
Oh, I'm looking in there right now.
All right. Well, you hold on to it for next time. All right. So definitely, those are good, Brad. Well done. Check back in with us later this week for a breakdown of the end of the group stages and the preview for the round of 16. If you're still listening, haven't hit the subscribe button, done all those things that I asked you to do earlier, if you could do those things now, subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, follow us on the podcast site, drop us a 5-star if you're on Apple or your site lets you do that. Hit us up in the YouTube comments. Let us know what you think. What's the spiciest group for you guys? And then reach out to us on social medias. All those are in the description. Our Discord is also in the description. All that stuff. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Joel. Thank you. Love having you. You know, maybe you'll be available end of the week and we can do it again. We'll see. Maybe
I mean, depending on how tomorrow goes, we'll see.
All right. Well, that's what we'll leave you guys. Check back in with us later this week and we got another episode for you. Until then, have a good one. Good night.